Welcome to MaximumGaming.net and welcome to our very first MaxRep. We're going to do a deep dive into a battle report between two of the newest forces from Warhammer 40k. We have the Necrons and the Drukhari. And to my left I have Dr. Insanotron Ben, who's going to be using the Necrons. And we have Josh to my left, who's going to be using his Dark Eldar. You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
All right. So Ben, why don't you take us through your list and tell us a little bit about why you chose what you chose. We're playing ITC Mission 1. So these lists were made with the ITC in mind.
Yeah, so we start with a Nephric Dynasty Outrider Detachment. I've got 2 units of 5 Destroyers, 2 units of 5 Wraiths, and then a Cryptek with the Cloak. I kind of plan on these guys racing forward with the auto advance 6 inches, the Wraiths that is. And then they have stratagems that I could potentially assault afterwards. And then deep striking the units of Destroyers. And then after that I have a battalion of Mephrit. And in that I have 1 block of 20 Warriors, 2 units of 5 Immortals with Tesla, and then 2 units of 6 Deathmarks. Those will be deep striking. And then a Overlord and a Cryptek with the Chrononometron?
Chrononometron?
That's the one. That's the one. And my relic is the Veil of Darkness. So usually I, at some point, will pick up the 20-man block and move them around the table.
Okay, and we are playing post FAQ, right around the time that Games Workshop put out that lovely little image that went against their FAQ. So we'll figure out what we're going to do with that information before we get started. Why did you choose some of the things that you chose?
Well, the Destroyers in previous games have just performed really well. I needed some sort of assault/counter assault unit in the Wraiths. In my opinion, the best overall HQ is the Cryptek. So, and they're relatively inexpensive. So he kind of goes with that, and he gives the 4 up. I'll probably deep strike him with them, so that he'll give them the 4 up reanimation protocol. I trimmed down the Immortals, because I had them at larger size before, but they really didn't do anything, and they usually just got shot and killed before they could get back up, so I just trimmed them all the way down. And the Deathmarks have actually been surprisingly useful as, obviously they have their Hunters from the Warp counter deep strike style shooting, but you can also use that to screen off thing. Like if your opponent plans on deep striking in, sometimes you can screen off where he wanted to go or do enough damage to the unit that they don't hit as hard as they had hoped to. And then the 20-man block is just kind of a tough little unit that sits on an objective,
especially with the 5 up invul save.
Yeah,
and because you took the
Warlord trait is the immune to morale within 6 inches and
Immortal
deny
Pride, I believe it is.
Yeah, and deny 1 psychic power a turn.
And for the ITC construction, your army does not give out a lot of points.
No, so off of me, you could, if you chose objectives that are based on my army, there's 2 points in Reaper, 2 points in Gangbusters, and then 3 points in HQ. And I suppose potentially you could go after. What's the one where you kill 3 units in a turn?
Death by 1,000 pets.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that would be pretty hard.
I don't know that you'd be able to get a lot of that with what you have, because you have kind of a low model count army.
Yeah, but they have lots of
unit count.
Yeah, a lot of wounds on the 3s. Yeah. So.
All right, Josh. So here we have the latest Dark Eldar. You've been putting these together when 8th edition came out, and got back into it when the Codex came out. So tell us what you're bringing.
So I built mine. I'm sticking pure Dark Eldar because I haven't quite fallen into the Craft World pit yet.
Yep.
But it's currently set up with 3 detachments. I have the Blackheart Spearhead, to nobody's surprise, with the Labyrinthine Cunning Warlord. He just has a Splinter Pistol and a Husk Blade. He takes the Relic Splinter Pistol, the Parasite's Kiss, and then 3 units of Scourge. 2 of them have 4 Shredders because they're really good anti-infantry, and shooting screens with poison feels bad. And a unit with 2 Haywire Blasters and 2 regular blasters because shooting T8 with Strength 8 weapons feels bad. Then I put all of my cards that I could fit into the Blackheart detachment because a 6-up Feel No Pain on a paper boat makes it cardboard, and that's great. Including a Void Raven, which can potentially deal with some larger units, or if you're trying to like hug one of my units that can't escape, it can blow some of them out of the way, that kind of thing. Plus the strength 9 is helpful on the 2 void lances. I also bought them missiles because they went down to 10 points in the codex. I have a Prophets of Flesh detachment. It's a battalion with 3 units of 8 racks and 2 homunculi. All 3 rack sergeants in the homunculi have venom blades because they're 2 points for 2 up poison.
Wow.
And that's hard to argue with.
Yeah, that's great.
And I'll frequently buy one of them the Deny helmet or the Attack Last helmet or something, depending on my matchup. And I can use the Alliance of Agony to gain D3 command points because I have a Hemo on my list. And then I have an Obsidian Rose battalion. And it has 6 units of warriors with blasters and 2 Archons with blasters and Phantasm grenade launchers. I really like Obsidian Rose. There's a lot of contention between that one and Poison Tongue and Flayed Skull because people like getting rerolls for their poison or ignores cover. But I think 24-inch range blasters are just way too nice to pass up.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
I also put in my 2 Razorwing jet fighters in my Obsidian Rose battalion with 2 disintegrator cannons and the twin rifle on them. And the extra 6-inch range kind of lets them just kind of hug the board edge as needed and hide from more scary things. Overall, the list gives up Big Game Hunter, but I kind of just accept that.
Yeah.
It doesn't give up any other ITC points easily other than Headhunter, and that one's kind of harder to get than it looks. It's built with a lot of flexibility in mind. I can deep strike the Raiders with warriors inside if I need to. I can deep strike any of the planes. Screaming Jets is just really good for comparable matchup. And Venoms are really easy to hide behind any piece of line of sight terrain.
Yeah. All right, so in kind of a themed battle where it's a lot of green on a green table. The Dark Eldar are raiding the Necron planet, Necron outpost territory area to get some trophies, some technology to use in their sick and twisted, torturous ways. And we'll come back after the table is set up and go over deployment. All right, welcome back, Wargamers. We are about to begin the first round. We've shown the deployment zone. We've shown the armies and how they're set up. Ben, why don't you tell us the secondaries you chose and what you have in Deep Strike?
I chose behind enemy lines, a Big Game Hunter, and Old School.
And what do you have up in Deep Strike right now?
I have 2 units of Destroyers, 2 units of Death Marks, and a Cryptic.
Okay, and Josh, what about you? What are the secondaries you chose?
I chose Old School, Behind Enemy Lines, and Recon.
And what do you have in Deep Strike?
I have 3 units of Scourge, and that's it.
All right, so they rolled off. Ben got a 4 with the +1 to go first. Josh rolled a 2, and Ben chose to go first. And Josh is not choosing to seize. Shake hands, gentlemen. Good luck. We'll come back after the different phases and go into why they did what they did. All right, here we are. This is Necron's turn 1 movement. Necron's, Ben, take us through what you did.
So I moved up in advance with the Wraiths here to kind of put pressure. The Warriors, Lord and Cryptic just kind of moved up, kind of around that objective. The 2 5-man Immortal Squads advanced up to try to be able to shoot on those racks up there. And then the Wraiths advanced up inside of the building here. because they have wraith form, so they can go through the walls.
All right. What are you hoping to accomplish this first turn?
Well, I picked old school, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get first blood, so I'm just kind of hoping I can get a little lucky and maybe take out... Is that 2 5s or...
It's an 8-man.
I picked the wrong side. I was trying to hope to see if I could steal first blood.
Okay.
Or first strike.
We'll come back after shooting and report how he did. All right, that was turn 1 shooting for the Necrons. Ben, take us what happened.
So I only had one guy here, and then these squads here to try to shoot into the racks there. They do have the homunculus nearby, so they're sitting on toughness 5. I killed, was it 2 or 3? 2. 2. So, pretty uneventful, but kind of one of the problems of Necrons outside of their Doomsday arc is they're really short range.
Yep. All right. So, and no assaults after that, I'm assuming, correct?
No.
We're going to be going on to Dark Eldar, turn 1. Here we are with the Drukhari, Dark Eldar's first movement phase. Take us through what you did, Josh.
Alright, so I kind of moved some of my racks in a better position to prevent being deep struck in my own backline on the following turn. I moved away from those wraiths because they're scary. I decided I was going to try and kill those wraiths, so everything kind of converged over there. I'm taking advantage of the fact that all my stuff moves way faster and kind of like repositioning. I put my planes so I'm getting recon and behind enemy lines. And I bombed a wraith out.
Very nice. So going on to Drukhari shooting, and move back to see what devastation they can wreak. Okay, after a nice round of Drukhari shooting, Josh, take us through what happened.
I basically focused the snot out of those wraiths over there because I wanted to get first blood and make sure that they were gone. Also because I needed to focus Necrons. And then any extra shooting I had went into the 5 immortals in front there, and I killed 4 of them.
All right. So, points-wise...
So, he got kill 1 and hold 1.
I killed...
And kill more.
And hold more.
And hold more.
You got off here.
I did, yes. And then I have hold 1.
Yes.
And then you also got 2 of your secondaries.
I got all 3 secondaries. Or 3 for all my secondaries. I got first strike, and my behind enemy lines, and my recon.
All right. We'll see what the Necrons can do in retaliation on their turn 2. There's no assaulting for the Drukhari this turn. Here we are after Necron's turn 2 movement. Ben, take us through what you did.
So I got 2 of these immortals back, and they kind of ran up into here to grab that objective. This squad ran over to try to grab this one here. The warriors shuffled over, and they got my will be done to probably going to try to shoot that. The death marks deep struck in here and here, and then all the immortals, or sorry, all the destroyers and the cryptic deep struck on top of the building here. These guys are actually inside of the building. And the wraiths advanced up here to try to assault the wrecks.
All right, we'll be going on to Necron shooting and come back and see what he can put out. Okay, here we are after Necron shooting. Ben, take us through what you did.
So all of this basically fired and killed the flyer here.
And tell them about the stratagem used there.
Well, I tried to, but I tried to use the, what is it, Annihilation Protocols? Or?
I think so.
It's the reroll everything for destroyers. And then he countered with the Agents of the Black Heart.
Vex Veto.
Vex Veto.
Yeah, I don't know that actually.
And he got it. he successfully got it, so I didn't spend a command point. He didn't get the 6. Then this unit shot and did 5 wounds to this flyer. The death marks came in and tried to pick off the homunculi there, but they ended up only doing 2 wounds to him. And then we sort of jumped ahead, and I made the assault here with the wraiths, and between attacks and morale, I got him down to 1 guy or 2 guys? 2 guys.
2 guys.
3 guys. 3 guys.
3 guys.
All right, so yeah, we just went through the assault there since there was just 1 unit. Points-wise, what does that take you to right now for this round so far?
So I killed something I currently hold. Oh, no, I still get hold something, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So I killed, I hold, and a big game.
All right, we'll come back, go into Drukhari's next turn, and come back after their movement and see what they can cook up. All right, next turn for the Drukhari. Josh, tell us what's going on.
All right, so again, making sure that I have my recon and line breaker. I've got stuff all in the backfield and all over the table. Otherwise, again, still doing that Dark Eldar fast thing. And I saw that all of his scary destroyers are right there, and all of his scary wraiths are right there. And so I went really far on the other half of the table.
And you used a stratagem from the race that were in combat with the racks.
Yes. Or on the racks that were in combat with the wraiths.
So there you go.
To come back at full strength over on the other side of the table.
All right, so he's using a lot of speed, redeployment, and repositioning to try and get out of the big firepower that the Necron can put out with those destroyers. We'll go into Drukhari shooting and see what he can whittle down. All right, so that was Drukhari shooting. Josh, take us through what you did.
So I shot the scary stuff. Mostly I focused down on a unit of destroyers, and I tried to kill some immortals and failed, and I tried to kill the warriors and got most of them, but not enough, so it's going to hurt in a second. And I whittled the warriors, or the wraiths down a little bit. So now I'm going to try and charge onto a bunch of objectives and hope it works.
All right, we'll come back after the assault to give turn 2 report and scoring for the round. All right, after Drukhari assault, tell us what happened.
All right, so the racks charged, immortals here, immortals there, and death marks over there. I think every single unit had to take advantage of the turn 2 power from pain reroll charges to get in. They managed to kill the death marks over there, and 3-point the immortal here, and kill the immortal here and hide in the building where the immortals had been hiding prior.
So this turn, Josh scored hold 1, kill 1, hold more, kill more, and recon and behind enemy lines for 6 points. Ben scored hold 1, kill 1, and
bonus point.
I don't have 5. There's
Is the guy not next to that objective?
He is, but there's 2. There's this one and that one I don't have.
1,
There's
2,
6 objectives
3,
total.
4.
yeah.
Yeah, I have 4. If I had one more, but the wraiths and your warriors still have it.
Ben got a big game hunter for a total right now of 13-4. See if the Necrons can turn things around on their next turn. All right, next turn for the Necrons. Movement. Ben, what'd you do? We had
Well, first I got all the way back up to 18, or 18 in this squad.
using your Resorb, correct?
Using my Resorb, yeah.
Yep.
And they got Thy Will Be Done, and they kind of just stayed in this area. The Immortals just kind of jumped up to the next story, and the Wraiths just moved up a little bit there. And that's pretty much it.
What are you hoping to do to close the gap?
Well, I don't think I really honestly can. They just have too many options and too many stratagems and too many better per point units. But I got to just start trying to go after my points. That's pretty much it.
All right, we'll see what we can do after shooting phase. All right, next turn for the Necrons. We did shooting and assaulting, going through pretty quick. Ben, what happened?
Well, it's getting pretty dire. These guys jumped up, as I said before, and this guy with only 3 wounds on him, I put 2 destroyers there. I got my stratagem off, and they only managed to do 2 to it.
Uh-oh.
The other 3 fired back there and did 4 total to that. And these guys, of course, also fired up here, so it was a combination of those that brought this down to 1. The Staff of Lights just kind of pinked off shots onto these guys, the Scourges, and then the race did manage to assault and destroy one of his Venoms.
All right, so for your turn so far, you got kill 1, hold 1. Mm-hmm. Going over to Drukhari and see what they can do. All right, here we are with the Drukhari movement phase. It looks like they're closing in for the kill.
That's what I was about to say. In traditional Dark Eldar fashion, we've gone from harassing at distance to moving in to finish things off. I've got guys moved on to different objectives and everything. I'm positioned in to assault that warrior blob once I've whittled it down. I've got every blaster everywhere aimed at that. A bunch of poison aimed at those things. And some anti-infantry aimed at the warriors over there.
Well, we'll see if they can finish it off in this next turn.
But
all right, with shooting and assault combined, not much left of the Necron force. Josh, tell us what you did.
I shot a lot of poison at wraiths because that's one of the most effective ways to deal with the 3-up is make it take a lot of saves. I again put all my blasters into the second destroyer unit with a similar effect to the last turn. And then I tried to kill that warrior unit between shooting and close combat and got it down to 1.
All right. Points-wise, you scored 6 more points that turn.
So it'd be Recon Landbreaker, control more, kill more, hold, kill, and the bonus.
Oh, and the bonus, yeah. So you also got the bonus to holding 5 objectives. All right, there we go. All right. With that, we decided to conclude the game. The Necrons had a Wraith, a Cryptek, another Cryptek, and their Overlord, and they were going to be able to regenerate some of the warriors, but the point discrepancy was way too far ahead of time. Ben, what do you think happened? That was pretty rough.
That the Vex says no stratagem is incredibly powerful, and Dark Eldar they have a lot of really good, inexpensive units that hit harder than they are easy to kill. I think would probably be the best way to put it.
I was surprised at the Scourge's...
the Shredders?
The Shredders?
Yeah, I mean, I knew about those. But
Yeah, they're good.
Josh, what do you think? How do you feel things went?
I feel like they went well. I was a little nervous coming in because I didn't have any good way to get through invul saves other than way to fire. I also was anticipating those destroyers doing a lot of damage with their stratagem, and you can only veto it so much because it's an expensive stratagem.
Yeah.
But it managed to go pretty well. Having all of my heavy or special weapons distributed pretty easily lets me kind of harass, and it makes it so there's not one clear choice in what to kill.
Yeah.
So it's hard to focus things, and I feel like it kind of just took advantage, like I said, of speed running around.
Yeah, I was surprised how fast you were able to move around the table and reposition to get to where you needed to do. That was pretty cool. Ben, going forward, are you think you're going to continue with the Necrons? Try some different things? Got any other ideas?
Well, I'm starting a Harlequin army.
Cool.
And that's going to be one of the armies for the studio that we showcase and do videos and a gallery on. So
nice.
You guys will be able to check that out pretty soon. I got the Troopmaster finished. That's about it for right now.
Awesome. Josh, what's your... are you going to be tweaking the list? What do you like? What do you don't like about it? What are you worried about?
I'm not super sold on the Haywire Blasters mixed into that Scourge unit, but I'm not sure what else it would do with the points. Plus, they don't have... I haven't had a good chance to test them against an actual vehicle yet. Otherwise, I like a lot of how it's currently set up. I like a lot how it plays. I don't know how much streaking I'll do.
Yeah. Well, thanks for turning in to our first MaxRep. I think it went pretty well. We're excited to do more games like this and showcase different armies and show what they can do and really talk about the competitive deep dive that we can do into these type of lists. If you have anything you want us to showcase, send us post something in the comments or send us to our email. Visit us at www.maximumgaming.net for all the stuff that we're doing there, and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. So with that, we're going to say see you later, and thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.
Go, we got in. This is the theme we're going for.